What? Experience, lectures. Lectures. So I want to speak now.
The rabbis are the families? Huh?
Yeah.
The families?
Yeah, sure.
Are they here now?
No.
Huh?
פרק כ"ג מזמור דוד, אדוני אלוהי לא יחסום. בנויס דשא יביצני, על מי מנוחו ינעלני. נפשי ישוי וינחני במעגלי צדק למען שמוי. גם כי ילך בגיא צלמו אבס, לא ירא כי אתה עמדי. שבדך משענתך המה ינחמני. תארך לפני שולחן נגד ציירוי, דשנת ושמן ראשי כיסי רוויה. אך טוב וחסד יודפוני כל ימי חיי, ישבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים. Kuf Chaf Aleph. Shem Eloi, Sesoina Yeloharim, Yayin Leora Ezoory, Ezim Adonai, Yisei Shemayim V'Aretz, Ayiten Lamoyjeg Lecha, Yonam Shem Recha, Hinei Lo Yonam V'Lo Yishon, Shemei Yisrael, Adonai Shem Recha, Adonai Tzilcha, Yad Yaminecha, Yomam HaShemesh Lo Yakek, Lo Yirech B'Loilo, Adonai Yishmarcha Mikoro, Yishmares Nafshecha, Adonai Yishmer Tzeitzcho V'Yecha Mi'atov V'Yadilom. Sadik Aleph Yoshe B'Sei Yisrael Yom Yisrael Shada Yisloina Noimel Adonai Machsim Sudasi Olo Yavdach B'Yi Ki Yasecha B'Bach Yakush M'Dever Avos B'Vrosa Yasech Loch V'Sachas Knof Avtechsem Tzina V'Zecher Amitol Yisirim B'Pachod Lo Miches Yof Yoimam V'Dever B'Yifa Yaloich V'Ketav Yoshot Tzoroyim Yipol V'Sintchelef R'Vafa Miminecha Elecha Lo Yigash Akvinecha Sabit V'Shalumas V'Shoyim Tirem Kato Adonai Machsi El Yain Samta B'Yinecha L'Yisuner Lecha Rav V'Nega L'Yikra B'Yolecha Ki Malach Yisav Aloch L'Shmercha B'Chol D'Rechecha Kapayim V'Suncha Pentikov B'Evet Reglecha Ashacham V'Fesen Tedreich Tiblis Kvi V'Sanen Ki V'Choshek V'Afateyu Asagveyu Ki Yodash Mikrein V'Yaneyu Meineich V'Sorach Aseyu V'Achavdeyu Ayrach Yamam Asbiyeyu V'Areyu V'Shuasin.
I was asked to be brief, and how could I not? How could I not be brief? I ask myself, did this really happen? Over 50 years ago, I was at a Levaya in Yerushalayim, and the masmid was Reb Chaim Shmulevitz Zatzal. And he asked a question. When Avraham Avinu came to the Levaya of Sarah, the Pasuk says, "Vayavai Avraham lisvayd l'Sarah v'livkoisa." Avraham came lisvayd l'Sarah to eulogize Sarah v'livkoisa and to cry for her. Asked Reb Chaim, Avu the Esmet, don't you think that it's important enough for the Torah to write what the Esmet of Avraham Avinu was on Sarah? There is a medrash. The medrash says that he said Eishes Chayil, but Reb Chaim asked this question nonetheless. And Reb Chaim answered, Shnei Chayis Sarah, Vatama Sarah. At the end it says, Shnei Chayis Sarah, Zok Rashi Melamed, Shekulam Shavim L'Toiva. Now, were they all Toiva? She was kidnapped by Avimelech. She was kidnapped in Mitzrayim. She had problems with Hagar. She didn't have children, etc., etc. Vosmeit es kulam shavim l'toiva. Every matzev that Sarah lived through, she made the best of every matzev. Said Reb Chaim, Shnei Chayi Sarah Melamed Shekulam Shaver L'Toiva. Das ist the greatest husband that Avraham Avinu could say on Sarah. I thought maybe a little different. The Pasuk says, Vayovay Avram. Of course, Vayovay Avram, everybody that's here came from somewhere. What is it? Vayovay Avram, Lispoid, Lisarav, Livkoiso. So I dare to say that Be'emes Avram Avinu never made a husband on Sarah. Sometimes there's so much to be said, and the pain of the loss is so great that there are no words that can possibly describe the depth and the pain and the chshivas of the person. Vayavay Avram. Avram came lismod l'Sarah, but the husband was never made. In the Tefillah of Ana B'Koyach, we say, Shema Takaseinu Yodei Atalumos, Rabbeinu Shloilam, you are Yodei Atalumos. Hear our outcry. And the question is obvious. If there's an outcry, you don't have to be a Yodei Atalumos. But the pshat is that sometimes the pain is so great that as much as you cry, the much as you scream, the much as the outcry, but it doesn't match the pain, the inner pain. One cannot possibly express the pain. What can you say about a tired told me that? Such midas, such Yerushalayim, such Chain, such Mekabel Kalmon, B'Seva Panim Yavos, such a fine person that was a gift to this world. And she was taken from us in such a tragic and such sudden way, Rabbeinu Shalom. What can one say, Rabbeinu Shalom? You're taking her now, Tachas Kanfei Ashchina. Such and Sarah, Nabach the Yisayim, a wonderful husband, a wonderful parents, I lost. And all of us, so much pain, Rabbeinu Shalom. B'shay lama l'day, lama l'day, yoim ha'litzor eseinu d'mai, u'bilam oves lo netzach, u'mocha Hashem dima, ve'al kol podim v'noimar amen.
Thank you, Rabbi Burstein. Good afternoon, family and friends from all over the world, East Coast, West Coast, here in Los Angeles. Thank you for coming to mourn Leora Tova. She was my Eishes Chayil, my wife, and my best friend. And I told her that yesterday we went to Colorado and we were skiing together for our 12th anniversary. And I told her the same words on the lift. I said, you're the best mother for our kids in the world, and I'm forever grateful to you. She was kind to all and all kind, and she was perfect in my eyes. This was evident for me when we were dating. I don't know if I told you guys this, but when we were dating, I knew on the third date that I was going to marry her. She was so thoughtful and intelligent and beautiful and firm. And I said I wanted to raise kids with her in a family. And her smile and eyes were infectious. And I knew that I wanted to spend the rest of my days with her. And I want to thank the community here. I know that I told Leora this recently, that 95% of what we did on a daily basis was her, whether it was clothing the kids, feeding us, getting them ready for education, for training, for sports, with their learning. And I told her I'd just pay the bills. And Leora Tova, I love your smile. You're kind, taking vacations with you, walking with you, hiking with you, eating with you, and just going on date nights with you. I made you a promise that one day by each of our kids' weddings, you would come to me and say that you are the best husband ever, and I still hope to see you at the weddings with Mashiach and Techias HaMesim, God willing. And I want you to know that I tried to be the best husband ever, and you were the best wife I could ask for, or any man could ask for. And that was my daily goal. And you're my angel in Shemayim, and I love you, my Eishes Chayil, and I'm forever grateful to you. And I wish this didn't have to happen this way, and it's tragedy, it's tragic. And I love you very much. Yeah, I finished.
The hour is short, and time is of the essence. Leora Tova, before I start, I want to ask you for mechila. I want to be able to be masked with you properly in 3 hours, much less 3 minutes. The truth is, the part of the tzibah for a husband is to be me'arer ha'am b'mechi. But in this instance, the words are needed. Devastated parents, a broken husband, 5 Yisayim. The youngest is 7 months old. Chazal say that parents are imbued with a special shtick nevuah when it comes to naming a child. And Leora Tova was the true embodiment of that. Her essence was truly tight. But instead of keeping it for herself, she's shown it on for others. She was an aura for others. Under Simcha and the family, Leora was the one to corral all the kids. It was a sleepover at Aunt Leora's house while the new parents rested. In the meanwhile, she was helping to prepare for the Simcha. It didn't stop there. She was the one who went ahead and took care of the meal trains. This extended beyond the family. The people she had just recently met. The light of Tov. It didn't stop at home. Her emunah pshuta, her easygoing demeanor, her kind words to anyone who interacted with her was further testament to that leif toiv, being able to see the good in every person, in every situation. But what separated Leora, what truly distinguished her, was her asay time. It was her drive, her dedication, and her perseverance. She meticulously planned and executed, which was one of the hallmarks and the keys to her success. Whether it was chinuch banim, her shalom bayis, her chibud ayrim umarim and her in-laws, and her ben adam lechaverai, the second best was never an option. She was always pushing for more, better. Leora, as you come up to the Kisei HaKavod, we need you now more than ever to use that koyach and beseech HaKadosh Baruch Hu on behalf of your parents, on behalf of your husband, on behalf of your family, and for those 5 pure neshamas. And for all of Klal Yisrael, enough, enough. Should ask Kadosh Baruch Hu that we be zeicha the Bias Gael Tzedek and the Yom Shekulai Tov. I'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of the family to ask you for mechila. If I said, or we said, or we did anything. I know your answer would be an immediate yes, you never did anything. But if we did or said anything, please be my chalas. I'd also like to take this opportunity. This is, mamish, a tragedy for the Kehila. And the Kehila stood up. Everyone involved. Everybody helped out. We can't thank you enough. And especially Yasha Kayach, to Mizaskim, for everything that they did. And then Hava, for everything that they did. We really appreciate you. And we're so lucky to have you as part of the family.
The Navi Yirmiyahu says, Shavas Nesais Libeinu, Nepach Le'eva Mecheleinu. Gone is the joy of our hearts. Celebration has turned into mourning. Yesterday was Chodesh Adar. Supposed to be Shenichnas Adar Marbim B'Simcha. And instead of the anticipated waiting for the Ir Shushan Sohala B'Samecha, the entire city became an Ir Nevoicha, an Ir Aveil. Instead of B'Echad Ba'ador Mashmiyim Al Ashkolim, B'Echad Ba'ador, this was Chodesh Adar, we had to be Mashmiya Al Ashkolim with the Chaf, Shikul, loss, bereavement. Kasher shecholti. As was said before, what can one say? Man nedaber, man netzadok. The Navi Yirmiyahu, read it on the Haftarah in Tisha B'Av, says, Kiru ela mekainonos v'tavayena. The Navi Yirmiyahu says that HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Kiru ela mekainonos v'tavayena. Call the mekainonos and let them, the professionals, the chachamos, let them say kina. To the Alkut Shemaini says, Omar HaKadosh Baruch Hu, ein bi koyach l'kainen. You have to call others to be mekainen. The tragedy is so great, even HaKadosh Baruch Hu Kaviyachol cannot be mekainen. And all HaKadosh Baruch Hu says is, just tell them, Ima Yanoichi B'tzara. I can't comfort you. I can only say that Ima Yanoichi B'tzara. That's what we can say to this family. Words cannot comfort. All we can say is, Ima Yanoichi B'tzara. It's a tragedy to the entire community, to the entire city. A cloud of Avelis has descended upon our city. Chazal say, Noshim b'may kazachyan. How are women zeiche to Olam haba? The Gemara says, Ba'akruye benayu l'bei medrasha. They bring their children every day to yeshiva. I don't know of another parent or parents that I could say every day bringing their children to the yeshiva, holding their hand, pushing a baby carriage every day. Even the security guards, we had to share the news with them today. He says, what? That lady that every day would come with her husband with a smile, pushing a baby carriage. They're a role model of what it means, bringing children to Talmud Torah, like farmers that would bring bikurim, their fruits of their labor to the kohen and present it to the kohen before the mizbeach. Ramban writes that the Mishkan is a replica of the Jewish home. The Ashuras HaShechina, the Mishkan, was a re-embodiment of the Ashuras HaShechina of the Oihel of the Imohis. And in the Kodesh Kedoshim of the Mishkan was the Kruvim attached to the Aron. The Kodesh Kedoshim of a Jewish home is seeing to it that their children are attached to the Aron. Parsim Knafayim Lamayla, growing in their learning, in their midos. This is a family, and she, the Nefteris, was a role model of what it meant that the ikar of her life was her children, that they should be attached to the Aron HaKodesh. If they're a role model of parents involved, she called me many times about the chinuch of her children. And even when sometimes it was with a recommendation, it was never with a complaint. It was always b'kovedik, but was always with a genuine concern for the welfare of their children. We recall years ago when the Lish family came from Texas. They moved here for the chinuch of their children, to seek a life that would improve the chinuch of their children. And Baruch Hashem, they were zeicha to raise a beautiful family. And the Nefteris is a prime example of the fruits of their labors. The mother, we call her Mora Shoshana, was a mechaneches in our yeshiva, but more than just an aide to a rebbe, to the pre-1A boys, but a doting and a caring mother that gave of herself as if it were her own children. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu can't himself be mekainen, how could we be mekainen? I'll just conclude. Chazal say that one is not supposed to say, Al kan tzipor yagia rachmecha. HaKadosh Baruch Hu you had Rachmanis on the mitzvah of Shaluach HaKan. But some say that one could say it when expressing a tefillah, bakashat HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu keeps the Torah. You can only say to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you were Mekayim Shalach the Shalach HaSeim. You sent the mother away from this beautiful nest. We can only ask you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Esabonim Tikach Loch. Watch over this nest of children, of Yisayimim, of a husband. Give him the koyach to continue and be menachem the entire family. And again, Misha Amar Loilo Meidai, Yomet Zolaseinu Dai, Bilam Mobas Lenetzach, V'moch Hashem Elokim Dimel Mi'al Koponim.
Fura will be at Home of Peace, 4334 Whittier Boulevard in East Los Angeles. We're going to be Malava the Aron on Poinsettia towards Oakwood. And then we're taking the 10 freeway and the 60 freeway east. Shiva will be at 525 North Orange Drive. At this point, please come to the site to help Malava the Aron.